Hey, what's up everybody? Hope you're doing well and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be giving you an introduction to cardio workout at home. Now, with today's workout, hopefully by the end of today's session, you will be able to do a warm-up and you'll have done a session and also hopefully have the education available to you then to be able to make your own workouts at home. Today's session will only require one piece of equipment and hopefully you've got something like it at home. You'll just need a pole like the one I've got here. That's about 1 to 2 meters long. Mine's just a bit of PVC pipe, but you can use a broom handle or anything like that. If you do not have a pole, you can always use a towel and just grab that at the ends, and that would be a great little adaptation there that you can use. Okay, before we need to use the pole though, let's get started with the warm-up. So the warm-up is a way for us to get mentally and physically ready for the session ahead of us. And to do that, simply we're going to do some swinging of our arms. The first one we are going to do is swing our arm around in a big circle by the side of us here, brushing past our ear, down by our legs and past your wheel if you've got a wheelchair. So just going around in a nice big circle. Don't worry too much about getting the same sort of range of motion as I am. Do the best you can do. Everybody's got different abilities and everybody's at different points of their fitness journey, but just getting that arm around, swinging to the best of your abilities will be great. Good work everyone. So the fantastic thing about a warm-up is that it prepares us both mentally and physically for the session ahead. Let's change direction here. It gets our joints nice and lubricated and it means that we go into it with a fresh mindset and preparedness within ourselves. So we're just changing direction, as I said, and going backwards here. Same sort of idea. And again, any point during any of these exercises, let's change arms. So going forward with the other arm now. Any point during these exercises, you cannot do it or you struggle, do not worry. Have a break, have a rest, and that is fine. Or if it's an exercise that you can't do, just do it to the best of your ability. There's no pressure here to do things exactly how I'm doing it, so don't worry about mirroring me. Let's change direction on this arm. So nice big circle round, excellent work. So just getting those joints nice and warmed up. The muscles are starting to activate and get working. Good, okay, so now we're gonna take one hand and we're going to reach over and touch the opposite shoulder. Don't worry if you can't get all the way over. You can come to the nearest shoulder or just as far over as you can get. And then over to the other side. And then we're going to do this same, both sides, and sort of swinging into it. So that's just getting the joints moved in a different way and introducing the elbow joint here to get that moving. Excellent work. So keep that going for a second. So in today's session, we're going to be doing an interval workout. And I'll explain a little bit more about that during the rest of the warm-up here. Excellent. Next exercise, we're going to take one arm. We're going to reach up as high as you can and then back down again. Reaching up, good work. So the interval training is where we do sessions of working out, followed by sessions of rest, and repeating that for a number of rounds. So today, we are going to be doing 12 rounds of 30 seconds of exercising and 30 seconds of rest. That is equaling 12 minutes in total. Let's change arms here, reaching up with this arm, excellent. Good, and how we're going to split that 12 minutes up is that we're going to do 3 rounds of 4 different exercises. So we do exercise 1 for 30 seconds, and then rest for 30 seconds. Exercise 2 for 30 seconds, and then rest. Right, before I explain the rest of it, we're going to the next bit of the warm-up. So just have the hands out in front of us, and then reaching them back, behind, in a swinging motion, just like so. Yes, and then after exercise 1, then the 30 seconds rest, 30 seconds of exercise 2, 30 seconds rest, 30 seconds of exercise 3, 30 seconds rest, 30 seconds of exercise 4, 30 seconds rest. That's up to 4 minutes, and then we're going to repeat that 3 times to get up to the 12 minutes. But don't worry if that's a little bit confusing, because you'll get it as we go through today's session. Good work. Let's just do some shoulder rotations here before we get started with the session. And hopefully, with what I'll be showing you today, you can adapt this in many ways to suit your needs. So if it's a little bit too easy, then I can show you ways to make it harder. If it's a little bit too hard, I can make it easier, and I can show you to do it different ways to make it a little bit more interesting. So some other times you do it. Let's change direction with the shoulders. So if you were going forwards, go backwards. And if you're going backwards, go forwards. So it's just sort of a rounding of the shoulders here just to get them going. So nice circles. Excellent work. Okay, give that a little bit of a shake out. Grab your poles or towels or whatever you're using for today's session, and then let's get started. I will explain at the beginning what the first exercise is, and then the second exercise I'll explain in the rest in the next one, okay? Just so we're getting on with it, basically, not too much talking. Okay, so I've got a little timer set up on my phone. If you want one of these timers, you can download it from any sort of App Store or Google Play Store. It's just a HIT timer, that's HIIT, or interval timer, and you can get one of these and you can do it in your own time, and it's great. And I'll explain a little bit more how that works. Anyway, we're going to go in 10 seconds. Exercise number 1, we're going to put both hands out forwards, just like so, and then both hands up above our head and repeat that. So punching them forwards and punching them out. Off we go. 30 seconds of work. So double arm punch forwards, double arm punch up with the towel or pole or whatever you have. Excellent. Again, as I said in the warm-up, doing the best you can here with the exercise. Do not worry too much about getting all the way over your head. Don't worry about getting all the way forwards. Just the best range of motion that you can do. 3, 2, 1, resting there. Great work. So it's 30 seconds rest now, and I'll explain the second exercise that we're doing. So the second exercise we're doing is going to be some paddling, like we're in a canoe or a kayak, and paddling our arms like this. I like to imagine that I'm going down a river or something like that. But yeah, so one arm circles forwards and then the other arm circles forwards as well. Okay, so in 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So just paddling forwards, excellent work. Good work everybody, keep it going, excellent job. Now as I said, these sessions can be made harder and easier, and I'll explain as we're going along how you can do that. So a really simple way to make it harder or easier, this session that we're doing, is to add more resistance. And you can do that in a number of ways, or there's another way to do it as well, but I'll explain as we go along. Resting there. So the first one you can do is get heavier pole. So you can grab something heavier, or you can add wrist weights, and that just adds that little bit extra intensity. Okay, right, so that's exercise 1 and 2 done. Exercise 3, we're going to have it to our side here. We're going to twist across, up. So we're going to twist up across, so it's up in sort of our eye line, down this side, twist up, back up to the first side, and then back down. So it's like a big infinity sign on its side. So off we go. So 30 seconds, excellent work. The next thing you can do to make this session harder or easier is change your pace. So you can pick up the pace and go a little bit quicker within that 30 seconds. And that's another way you can make it harder or easier. So you can go slower to make it easier, or you can go faster to make it harder. So, you know, if you're finding it too difficult, maybe you've not done some exercise before, which is totally fine. We're all at different stages. 3, 2, 1, resting there. Okay, so that is exercise number 3. Exercise number 4, we are going to be doing some rainbows overhead like so. So that will be the 4th exercise before we repeat again. Got about another 15 seconds left before we do that. So yes, with the exercises, as I said, there are some other ways that we can make it easier and harder, and that is a bit more about the programming of today's session. We go 3, 2, 1, off we go. So just rainbow over again, as always, doing the best of your ability. If you can only get it here, that's also fine. But if you can, try and get the best that you can do. It's all about you. The best exercise that you can work out. And I know there's a lot of talking here. I will repeat some of the stuff I've said so it's clear, but hopefully you can follow along and do this workout and understand how we can make this adaptable for you. Resting there, excellent work. Right, so that is 1 set done, and we have got 3 more to go to make up that. So we're already 4 minutes into the workout. Excellent job everybody. back to the first exercise where we punch both the hands out forwards and up. Okay, so both hands forwards and both hands up above our head. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So, as I said, there's other ways that you can make these exercises easier or harder. And one of the simple ways is to change how we're doing it with the timings. So for this workout, we are doing 30 seconds of exercising and 30 seconds of rest. However, we can change that so we can do more exercising, less exercising time, or more work, or more rest or less rest. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, rest in there. Okay, so 30 seconds rest now. So yes, we can have maybe 30 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest. That less rest means that it's going to be harder, okay? Or we could do it where we're doing a minute of work and then a minute of rest. So it's a slightly different session. You can do it for longer time, so we're doing 12 minutes a day. You could do it for 15, 20, 25 minutes, depending on what you want to do. Anyway, in paddling now in 3, 2, 1. So pretending you're in a canoe or a kayak again, paddling down that river or rapids or however you want to think about it. Maybe think there's some trees around us and enjoying this. So I came up with these workouts with the pole to add a little bit more interest to my workouts. I think that cardio, especially for people that are in wheelchairs, can be a little bit boring. There's either wheelchair pushing or hand cycling usually. Ready, 3, 2, 1, resting there, excellent. Third exercise again now. We've got our rest for 30 seconds, but then we're going to that twist one. So big sort of figure of 8 on its side or infinity sign or whatever you want to call it, but I'll explain it as we go through. So yeah, feel free to change this session however it suits you. And if you have a HIIT timer, like I said at the beginning, that you can download on your phone, then that is a great way to program it and you can set it all up and you don't have to think about it, it's on the screen. So I've got that in front of me and that's really helping me out. Okay, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So that's it. So here it's side, across the body, up to the eye line, down, across, down, across, down. Excellent work. Keep it going. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there. Great work, everybody. Okay, and then we've got that fourth exercise again, which is what I like to call rainbows. So again, with all of these, as I keep saying, do the best you can do, okay? Do not worry about mirroring me. I can do certain things, you can do certain things, and that's all that matters, you know, making sure that you're the one that's working hard. Okay, ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Excellent. Good work, everybody. Keep this going. Excellent. So now I've explained quite a lot. Hopefully you have kept up with all the information. I know it's a lot of information all in one go. But if you do need any help or any questions of that, I'll be more than happy to chat to you guys in the comments section down below. So if you do have any questions, please put them there and I will keep checking back and answering there. Resting there. That is 2 sets done. We have got 1 more set to go. Only 4 minutes left of exercising. Great job so far, everybody. Let's keep it going for that last session here. That last set of 4 anyway. 15 seconds left of this rest. Good work. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to paddling. Off we go. So if you want to as well, feel free to come back to this video at any point if you want to follow along to this again in the future. So this sort of video will always be here. You can come back, keep checking on it, follow on to me, and hopefully you can adapt it, change it, and make your own workouts in your own time. So that's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. 30 seconds rest. And yes, as I said, I'll give you a little bit of a recap of how you can make it harder or easier. So we can make the pole heavier or we can make it lighter. That makes it either easier or harder. We can change the timings on what we do, so we can go more rest, less rest, more exercise, less exercise in terms of the time. And also we can change our pace as well. So we can go faster or we can go slower. Anyway, forwards and up, off we go. So 30 seconds now again. Double arm forwards, double arm up. Excellent work. Let's keep this going. And do not worry too much about the range of motion that you're doing. So if you can't get your hands right the way, or your arms right the way extended, that's okay. Just keep it going, keep that pace up. Excellent work. 3, 2, 1, resting there. Great stuff. So this exercise, as you saw from the title at the beginning, is for improving your cardiovascular, which is fantastic for everyday life. It improves lots of functions in our body, improves our lung capacity, the way our heart works. So many benefits here to exercising in this sort of way. We're going to go in 10 seconds again for the next one, which is the rotating one. But yeah, so many benefits, guys, and it's really awesome to get these fitness things in. Ready, off we go. So the big figure of 8 / infinity sign. Excellent work. I can't see you, but I'm sure you're doing great stuff. Keep it up, everybody. We've only got one last exercise after this one, so let's make it a good one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds rest. As I said, one last exercise to go. Good job, everybody. Excellent work today. Alrighty. So our last one is those rainbows again. Going in about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Excellent. So again, all the way over if you can, but don't worry if it's all down here, that's also fine. So this is, yeah, like making a rainbow with the pole or with the towel or whatever you've got. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting there, and that is it for today's session. Although this is technically now 30 seconds rest, but we have done the session, so we can rest there. Let's put that pole down and recap what we've done today. So this is just going to go off, so I'm going to pause that a second. All right, so what we did today, we did a fantastic warm-up, which is really great for making us both mentally and physically prepared for the session ahead. Then we did a 12-minute session with 30 seconds of exercising, 30 seconds rest. That was split down into 3 rounds of 4 exercises. So it was exercise 1 for 30 seconds rest. Exercise 2 for 30 seconds rest. Exercise 3 for 30 seconds rest. Exercise 4 for 30 seconds rest. Then we repeated that 3 times to make up that 12 minutes. And we also learned that we can adjust this in different ways. So you can do this in your own time, and you can do that by either increasing or decreasing the weight that you're using. So we can use a heavier pole or add wrist weights or take things away. Or the next thing we can do is increase our pace or decrease our pace. So you can just go faster or go slower. And then the last thing you could do was to change the timings, which is what you can do. If you download that HIIT app, the HIIT interval timer, there's lots on there, so just check the reviews and that whatever one looks good to you. And you can change those timings, so you can put in 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds rest, and you can change it to every second. So you can have random ones like 43 seconds of work and 3 seconds of rest, or whatever you want to do. So there's lots of options there within those apps too, and that's really great visual way. And obviously, I know when I'm exercising, when I'm going hard, sometimes I'm not looking at the clock quite well, so having it there sometimes does it audibly as well, which is fantastic. So it's a really good adaptation for those that need that. Anyway guys, that was my introduction to cardio. Hopefully you've learned how to warm up, how to make an interval session, and how to help yourself get fitter and healthier within your own home. I'll be back next time with an introduction to resistance training. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.